Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. I got Coach Pablo with me today. I feel like Coach Pablo hits the best combination of topspin and plow through. So that's why I called him out today to teach me the right way. Stay tuned. All right, so a lot of club players are kind of like me. I mean, we kind of do this deal, and then sometimes we step up, sometimes we step back, sometimes we fall back on a thing. But yet everybody comes to me and say, I want more spin. I'm sure everybody comes to you, Coach, and say, I want more spin on my ball. I want more spin on my ball. So what happens when you get too much spin on your ball? It comes nice and slow over the net like this, like a rainbow, hits and then spins and then jumps. But then that kind of just tees it up for the opponent to just crack it. So there's a point where you get the perfect trajectory of spin and plowed through. Now, where is that point, Coach?
Yes.
And how do we get to that point?
Great questions. First of all, great questions. And I think that there's so many coaches out there that do a great job explaining this. So I can't take all the credit, but a really amazing compliment from Harry here. But let's talk about that. So really, really simple. I like keeping things simple. We're going to talk about some triggers, and we're basically going to show you the hitting path that you want to be on when you're hitting a really, really nice topspin shot. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do to Harry is, Harry, get into a ready position. Okay, so one of the big things that people don't realize, and there's some really great videos on YouTube that explain this when you can look at guys like Djokovic, hit the ball in slow motion. But a lot of people don't realize where the pros are releasing the racket. So take the racket back, Harry.
So I normally take it to here.
Yeah, and you see how Harry released the racket? He released the racket in front of him, and then he started to take the racket back. Now look what that does. He hasn't engaged his hips, and he hasn't engaged his shoulders. Maybe a little bit of the shoulders, right? And now what he's done is he set up his hips control his hitting path. And he set up his hips to open up basically over there. So he's gonna swing now, drop in swing. He's gonna swing over there. And he's gonna hit basically his contact point, and he's not gonna be able to go through it or around it. He's gonna have to pull away from his contact point and follow his hips to create a hitting path that goes off the court. We don't want that. So what we're gonna do, the first thing we're gonna do, get back to ready position. Let go of the racket at your shoulder with your left hand. Now let go. Boom. Now look at what's happened. He's engaged his hips, his shoulders. He's making his feet twist on the ground. You feel that twist? Mm-hmm. So that's a pivot. We call that a pivot. That's great. And now look at his hitting path. His hitting path is perfect. It's right through the court where we want it to be. And now his drop point, and we've done this in a past video, is in the drop zone, which I call drop zone, power drop zone, which is behind the hip. And this is where we always want to be dropping. Now he goes from behind his hip, and now look what happens to his left arm and his shoulders. Go ahead and swing. They come through together. Now release that back leg. Release that back leg. Finish that stroke. And now his weight wants to come forward. And where do you want to go now?
Forward.
You want to go forward.
Right.
And so what we did is we basically just changed everything in your forehand by where we let go of the racket. And that doesn't change if we're moving on the defense, or if we're moving up to the ball, or if we're moving for a inside out, or a ball that you got to move away from that's coming hard down the middle. It's the same release point for all of your shots. All right?
Got it. So let's try some before, and then let's try some after.
Great. Okay, so let's try the old Harry. Okay, ready?
Okay. Yeah. So that's actually not bad.
Not bad.
Because you're feeding it to me.
Exactly. Now, well, watch this. Like I was gonna say, let me give you a more realistic feed, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
So what do you feel like is happening on there?
I'm just
It's
throwing it out. I'm
Is it
just throwing it
arm,
out fast,
arm,
kind of arming it.
arming it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel your hips and your shoulders engaged in the shot?
Not really.
Do you
it's
feel like
all arms
it's
and
all
hands?
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like. I can't really see you coming through and around the ball.
Right.
Okay?
And the velocity of the ball isn't there either.
Exactly. And I don't see your wrist and your butt cap leading from your drop.
Got
right?
it.
And which is what you see all the pros when they drop, right? They're dropping from this place here. So when they come through, you always see that butt cap leading.
Got
Okay.
it.
All right. So here we go. Now let's drop kind of where we talked about. All right.
Woo!
Take it a little further back. Here you go.
Ooh.
A little further back. That was early. There you go. Even a little further. Go, push. A little further. So that was still here, right here. Try to
Right.
get a little further back.
Got it.
There you go. Again. That's it. Okay, that's
Okay.
it right there. So it should feel easy power. It should feel like you're really rotating your shoulders and your hips at the same time. And your arm is just part of it, but there's no real focus on it. It's more about hips and shoulders.
So I think most people do it the way I normally do it.
Yes.
Because they don't want to be late.
Yes. So check this out though. I'm gonna give you a faster ball and do it the way that we just did it and see what happens with your tempo, okay?
Normally do it?
Nope, do it like we talked about.
Okay.
Okay, now normally do it like you were doing it before.
Okay. Whoops.
So what do you feel?
I'm throwing from here
Yep,
to there
yep,
and then kind of finishing there.
yep,
So I am going this way. I can feel that.
yep. And then which one do you feel like you had more time with? Let's do that again.
Actually.
Yes. Actually with
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Do the new one. Ready?
Yeah.
So you see how much more time once you get here, now you actually have time to, if you want, you can step forward or you can stay open.
Right.
Let's say there's a lot of pace coming at you, but once I'm here, my hips are aligned, my shoulders are aligned, I can just stay open through the shot. Now, if I have time and the ball's dropping, I can step in on the shot. I can close my stance on the shot.
Right.
But now with the other way, right, once you get here, there's nowhere to go.
Right.
You're open and you're going that way no matter what,
Right.
whether it's open stance or it's closed stance, right?
Got it.
So you actually have more time just by getting here.
Ah.
Right.
Okay.
So it creates a quicker hitting path than the other way. The other way is you're using your hands, which are slower. We want to use the shoulders and the hips because that'll make your hands go faster.
So here's the question. At what point do I, like everybody says, at what point
Yes.
when the ball is coming,
Yes.
do I actually start pulling?
So the ball is going to travel at different rates. So I don't like using the ball as the reference.
Okay.
Because a lot of pros will be like, wait until the ball crosses the net. Just no. Right when you recognize that it's going to be a forehand, it should be here. And then
Okay.
you're moving and you're adjusting to the ball coming at you and the bounce that it's going to take. Because the ball is always changing. There's different spins, there's different paces. So I never like to use the ball as your reference point because it's always going to change. So what I like to do is just be really consistent. I hit my split, right? The ball's in the air, they're making contact, I'm in the air. And right when I hit the ground, now I should know by the trajectory of the ball if it's going to go to one way or the other, one side or the other. And then I'm here, boom. And I'm just here.
Mm-mm.
And then I'm there. And so I think the days of one stroke are over.
Mm.
There's no time to do that now with the modern technology. So now I can kind of say you can condense the one stroke. Now the one stroke doesn't start from here. It actually starts from here.
Mm-mm. Right.
And then that's one stroke.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And you see that with all the pros now. They're going boom and then they're moving, right? Or boom and then they're moving. And then that stroke drop comes from there.
Got it.
And that's how it all happens together.
Yeah, so it's not really about how you grip it, where you hit it. It's all about just the pullback.
The pullback and the drop zone.
And yeah.
And the hitting path, right? And I like to just keep it really simple like that, because if you think about, okay, look, the grip is here, the contact point needs to be exactly there. You got to finish out here and then let it come. You know, there's so many little things that you can geek out about, right? And analyze. But at the end of the day, do you really have time to think about all that stuff when you hit a ball?
No, you wind up being very robotic and mechanic.
Totally, and we want to get away from that. We want to be free, we want to flow. So let's put your body in the right position. So when we drop, we can flow. Boom.
Right.
We can flow.
So one, and then takes you around.
Takes you around,
Just
that's it.
one.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
Get to the proper one.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Interesting. All right. So, yeah. So number one.
Boom. Once you're there.
So this shoulder replaces this shoulder.
Exactly. Boom. And now, look at where you are. Look where you're dropped. Now move to the ball. Boom, boom, boom. See how you came through with both arms together?
Right.
And your hips together?
Yep.
That's how you have rhythm and timing right there.
So the thing I notice is when I'm here to do this, that the only way I can go is actually towards the ball.
That's it.
And then finish up on the ball.
Yeah. And look at where your finish goes. So like you're finishing on the old stroke. Go ahead and finish. Ready?
So the old stroke, I was here to there.
Now look at where he's finishing. Up over his shoulder. And his left hand's down here, right? We actually want, if you're finishing the right way, your racket should come down to your left hand. All right, so let's do the new stroke and see where you finish.
That's why I go swimming.
Yeah. See how your racket just went down to your hand?
Right.
Right? And why is that? Because you released your shoulder and your hip.
Right.
So your shoulder and your hip, when they release, where does the racket go? Comes down. Release.
Right.
Comes down. That's where you want to be, right there.
Oh.
When you don't release your shoulder and your hip, your racket has to go up.
Oh, right.
And that's where we don't want to be.
Right. No wonder. See, so every video that I've seen myself hit, I'm like, why? So I'm like doing this deal. Like I go here, and then this hand, boom. I go swimming, right? Boom, and then I do that.
So we call it leaving the scene.
Right.
Leaves the scene.
Yeah, I don't want to be
Where's
guilty.
That hit? Oh, leaves the scene. I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible.
Like,
get away.
Hands behind your back.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Coach Pablo.
All right.
All right. So those of you who want more spin, yet you're going to lose a lot of plow, it's not really about how you hold it, how much brush you do. It's about preparation. It's about, like turning. It's about hips. It's about legs.
Shoulders.
Shoulders.
Yes, it's the bigger parts of the body, right? Let's get away from thinking about the arm and the contact point and the grip. Let's use your shoulders and your hips to really create your drop and your zone and your mobility here. And then once you come through, you just let it go.
Right.
And you're gonna come through the right way.
Right.
And you're gonna hit the ball in the right spot, and you're gonna have a loose grip, and your ball is gonna have this easy power and shape that you didn't have before.
Got it. So you gotta trust in it, guys. I know, like, when he first told me to do this, I was like, I'm gonna be late.
Yes, that's what I hear all the time. Pablo, I don't think I have enough time to do that. And I say, let's just try it. And then I give you a sped up ball, a slow ball, and then I do the old stroke. The old stroke is longer because it's all your arm. And that's slower. If you're using shoulders, look what happens. Boom, my arm wants to go. And it actually stays closer to my body.
Right.
And I use more of my weight and my core. And that actually brings me around way faster.
Got it. So most people that teach, they go 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Right? 1, 2, 3. Right? Just do a great one.
Big one. The one is the most important. The one. The one is everything. And once you get into that one, you're going to be okay. You're taking care of so many things in that one that you can trust it, and then you just let it go. And then again, for me, shoulder and elbow to your target at the end of your shot. So you have a target. Try to always have a target when you're hitting because that'll guarantee that you're going to actually get the ball somewhere. But shoulder and elbow to your target, and there you go. So I'm just really just saying 1, 2 now. So it's 1, 2. 1, 2.
Got it.
That's it.
Got it. Wow. The 1-2 punch.
Boom, boom.
Thank you, Coach.
So
Thank
good.
you so much.
Let's go.
So you just learned from who I deem as the best to teach you this, okay? So hopefully you learned something, all right? Coach, again, my man, thank you so, so much.
Always a pleasure. Love you guys.
All right, we got more coming with Coach Pablo and his academy coming soon, so look for that. All right, guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Coach Good, check this out. Swing Vision got new commercial out.
Oh.
Check out his James Blake and
Roddick.
Roddick. Oh my God, he's still playing?
I mean, he's still playing.
Whoa, whoa, what, dude.
That's damn fast.
I can do it. I can do it, dude. Back in the day, I could do that. I could totally do that, dude. You can do that. You can do that. Let's go, man. We can show them how it's done. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
85 miles per hour.
That can't be right.
No, that's definitely right. That's definitely right, man.
88 miles per hour.
That's not a gigawatt.
One more. Watch me.
78 miles per hour.
Hey, man.
Something wrong with this program.
Nah, that's just you, bro.
You try.
Fine,
Let's
okay,
see what
I'll do it. I'll do it.
You're gonna go 69 right here.
127 miles per hour.
You can check out your serve speed on Swing Vision 2.
Doc, we got an issue.